Yo, can I get in on this? I want another one, two. One, two. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming. This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming. And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style. Ja-da-da-ya, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gone investigate an advocate, holding it down. And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face. Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see. Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power. So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. Yeah. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around. INA runs deep, keep the real ones around. Keep the real ones around. The real ones around. INA runs deep, keep the real ones around.
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing today? This is Investigate and Advocate where injustice finds no rest. I'm your proud host, Jedediah Brown. And I'm actually so happy to be here with you guys today. It is also known, I'm also known as Black. I wanted to come on here today on Saturday, hoping that your Saturday is phenomenal as mine is. It's been a great Saturday. Hope that yours is good. But I wanted to come on here and share. Give me a second. I want to come on here and share. I'll change this lighting real quick. This should help me out a little bit. There it is. Make sure you guys can see these beautiful brown eyes. All right, so I want to come on here and I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about a couple of things, as I cannot express how proud I am. I am a proud commander of our growing family for the culture. And I just wanted to kind of sort of talk to you about some things really quickly. As a matter of fact, give me 2 seconds. What is that? Oh. I'm like, what is the orange? Hold on 1 minute. So believe it or not, this is not a pre-produced broadcast. I have been moving along or around quite a bit, doing a lot of things. But you all, we are literally in an exciting time for the culture because, as you all know, it is a brand new organization. We are less than 100 people who are committed. We intend to build on a national level, and we're taking this thing we're taking a completely different approach to making a difference in the world. And I definitely want to give a shout out to all of our leaders. Our new board, which consists of 14 people, 14 people on our new board, 14 individuals had their first board meeting, and it was 3 hours long, but they got some good stuff done, moving our organization forward. They approved some very critical items on our bills list, and they've also made some determinations about structure that I'm extremely proud of and pleased with. And I am definitely excited about the organization that is being built and the people who are leading it on whatever level they're doing it. And I'm so honored to be working alongside them. Yo, yo, yep, 3 hours, you was on there. First meeting, 3 hours long, but a lot of stuff got done. I was very proud. I believe that our members will be proud. So uh, let's talk about what's going on. Basically, before I get into that, I need to ask for some help. And I'm going to do that in the beginning of the broadcast because I want to find a young lady. I'm taking a pause from what I was just talking about, segueing, because I want to find a young lady. I put her up on my Facebook page, but I don't know that everybody is connected to my Facebook page or that you all would even see what I put on my Facebook page. So I'm going to show you the video right on YouTube because I am genuinely trying to find this young lady. But I'm sure that the video will speak for itself. You will understand why I want to find her when I play the video. I'll be right back.
Okay, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Hi, Judge. My
Hi.
name is Amara Leah Bryan.
Okay, hi. You're here for initial appearance. You had a failure to appear for a petty theft. Your bond is currently set at 500.
There was an offer made to Ms. Bryan of an adjudication credit cost investigation to OPD in the amount of $339.70.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what happened. If I just messed up. Okay. So I don't know if you guys saw that video, but basically, I'm trying to find this young lady, and I know the power of the internet. So do what you do, Facebook detectives, if you all are aware. I need to find this young lady for obvious reasons. I'm not going to speak too much into it, but it is my understanding that if she was in jail for a bench warrant, or I mean, yeah, if she was in jail for 50 days, then it appears that she might have been picked up after not making it to court, which obviously we can't get. I'm not too much focused on that, but this young lady was in jail for 50 days. She was in jail for 50 days for a petty theft charge, and she seems to be a sweet young lady. She does demonstrate being alert. I don't know if there was any kind of test or any types of things done to kind of sort of determine anything about her, but here it is. I want to put it like this. We're trying to find the young lady. And so if you know anything about this, or if you have any traces to who she is, where this happened, anyone connected, who the attorney is, where the courtroom is at, anything, I'm asking for you to write us at investigateandadvocate@gmail.com, because we want to find and connect with this young lady for reasons that I will not articulate right now. With that being said, I don't have any footage. I don't have any footage, but I want the people of the city of Harvey to know that within their library board, we believe that there is some nefarious activity going on, and we believe that their board have made several acts that are illegal. Why that matters is because somewhat to the tune of $2 million, with a little bit more, a little bit less, maybe somewhat to the tune of $2 million is being that we know of, is governed by the board, the Harvey Library Board. And recently, if you've not seen our broadcast before this, basically the Harvey Library Board has a little bit of a disagreement where it appears two trustees, one being Chappelle Hooks and the other one being Tamika Price, had questions about a $66,000 payout to an entity, and they don't have, or we're looking for greater levels of clarity to it. After those questions were raised, then the Harvey Public Library Board president, Mr. McCaskill, called for a special meeting, literally days away, not even within a proper full 48-hour notice. He called for a special meeting in order to have the seat of Tamika Price vacated, and that does not fall within the scope of the authority of the library board. Tamika Price was duly elected by the people of Harvey in a real election to serve as a trustee on the library board. Any issues that were as it relates to residency or any other things should have been raised at that appropriate time. Because she is elected, and this is a volunteer role, they they have, um, because she's elected, they have to acknowledge her in her full term. And thank you, Shelly B, because that's correct. They were supposedly paying this out for an emergency HVAC situation, and they had not received any permission or any permits from the city of Harvey to even do the emergency work, citing that air conditioning was an issue. Uh, the reason why that matters today is because Tamika Price, Trustee Tamika Price, is not a member of For the Culture. However, her husband, Keith Price, is a member of For the Culture. And he serves as a czar for our political wing that we are actually building. And so, what am I telling you this for? I want to tell the people of the city of Harvey that this goes beyond who is a member of For the Culture. But what For the Culture has done, I'm extremely proud of, because we didn't just see the injustice, but we are definitely standing up and challenging it. And I want to formally announce something that has already been announced, and that is to the members of For the Culture, we cannot be more grateful and more appreciative for you taking a righteous stand against tyranny, dictatorship, and flat out corruption in any government. And this was not about personality as it is about the principle that governing bodies in America, all of them should be done ethical and legally. And with that being said, we had asserted that if the husband, I mean, that if the president, Mr. McCaskill, who is the husband of the 5th District Cook County Board Commissioner, Keisha McCaskill, that if he did this unlawful act, that we would take it as a provocation against not just us, but good governance. And so, with that being said, For the Culture has taken care of the legal fees associated with filing a lawsuit against the Harvey Library Board. And that makes me so humbly grateful, because it is a legitimate step to letting it be clear that our words are not empty. And we have decided that we are going to stand with Tamika Price throughout this process, and we fully encourage her to return to her rightful seat, or to return to the next meeting, taking her rightful seat and doing that which she is duly elected to do. This process is obviously subject to the courts, so we would have to go through that process. But we will definitely reject any attempt, as that's what we are anticipating and expecting, that Mr. McCaskill would try to make to appoint a person to take the supposedly vacated seat. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. For so many people, you might think, oh, this is just a library board. But where is the Attorney General or anybody in the democratically controlled state of Illinois doing something about this situation? Because it should not take citizens to have to utilize our finances to challenge this when it is clear that this is unlawful and unethical. And so, what I'm saying today is that we make that clear and we double down on it, that we fully intend to see this thing through from A to Z. And we will make sure that we are at the next library board meeting with the full intention of stopping anything that would affect the city of Harvey's ability to have a fully functioning, lawful, and ethical library system where their board and their governance is according to the will of the people of the city of Harvey. This was also subject to the will of the Price family, to which they have chosen their own representation. They did not go with a lawyer that was within For the Culture. They have their own attorney that they have a relationship with. And again, we took care of the filing fees to the tune of $500. $500 has been paid. And if I'm not mistaken, here's my point. My point is that the benefactor of this will not just be Tamika Price, it will be the city of Harvey, especially all of those who utilize the public library and those who took out their time to go and vote. With that being said, I also want to remind you, because we're getting the work done, I want to remind you that on tomorrow, if you are a resident in the city of Harvey, we also want to remind you that tomorrow you might want to make it your business to be at 20 East 147th Street on September 21st at 2 p.m. Literally in partnership with the amazing leadership of Mr. Christopher Clark as the mayor and the city of Harvey, the Islamic Relief USA, and Bethlehem Temple are going to be doing a hot meal giveaway. And I want to say this in full pride. This was made possible by For the Culture, who is a background contributing partner and collaborator in this happening. I will not be there, but I'm definitely hoping that the people of Harvey will come out in droves and receive this hot meal. And I want to say this for sure, that the mayor of Harvey is doing a phenomenal job as it relates to they're doing a phenomenal job as it relates to leading and negotiating and delivering for the city of Harvey. So this is the first of many things that is getting ready to come, that it will continuously get bigger and better. And I think that this was phenomenal because it's not just regular food, it's hot food. So meals prepared and meals given to people ready to eat and to consume if they wanted to do that. But we are also going to read this statement. I want to read this statement to our members. These statements come directly from Mr. Keith Price, I'll read first, which is our czar. He says, "I would like to sincerely thank For the Culture for contributing to the filing fees that allow us to stand up against real bullies and dictators. This gesture is not taken lightly, and I am truly appreciative of this generous support. With gratitude, Keith Price." And this one here comes from the trustee herself, Tamika Price. Tamika Price said, "I deeply appreciate For the Culture for standing in solidarity with me in this opportunity to set precedents that retaliatory actions against elected officials are unacceptable. Recognizing my husband's connection with the organization, you have stepped forward at a crucial time to support the defense of our shared values. Your support sends a clear message about the importance of fair governance, accountability of taxpayer resources, and protecting officials who uphold transparency. This fight is bigger than any one person. It is about safeguarding the integrity of our institutions and the communities we serve. Sincerely, Trustee Tamika Price." Today, I read that to our listening audience, and I read that to the members of what I believe is going to be one of the greatest institutions that will ever be built. Because people connected not by the color of our skin, but by the commonality of the content of our character, that we literally are going to be a group of people getting, giving, loving, and living, are going to stand up for the little guy, stand up against corruption in government, and we're going to build literally not from a place of asking for anything, because when we show up, things will shift, because when we show up, we're going to come with our own resources, our own voice, and paving and carving out our own way. As our family continues to grow, I want to say that literally in less than, and literally still organizing our launch, haven't even fully launched yet. This has become the second thing that For the Culture has done that is absolutely, in my mind, phenomenal, groundbreaking, and it is definitely earth-shaking and shattering. It definitely lets people know that we're coming and that we're not coming to play. I am so happy that the words that we have spoken to the board of Harvey, the Harvey Library Board, did not fall flat, and it definitely is not going to fall on flat. It's not going to fall on deaf ears, as we have taken this literally to the next level of filing legal proceedings to say that we will not stand by to allow an injustice to take place against the people of the city of Harvey. To no real benefit of the members, overwhelmingly of For the Culture. What we did in this act was selfless, it was generous, and it was what you do as good neighbors and people who are collaborative as citizens of the United States of America. These are the kinds of things that people don't often want to talk about or share. But I am so proud, because we didn't need to get on any platform or ask anybody external of our organization to help us get this done. But what I do know for a fact is that the residents of the city of Harvey will all be the benefactor when good government is restored by the ruling of a judge that Tamika Price is to take back her rightful seat, and that action, which is clear and blatantly corrupt, is not acceptable, nor the way you do things in a democracy, nor in Cook County governance. So I'm so proud, and I want to get up on here this Saturday morning and simply tell all of the people who are part of For the Culture, thank you. And you all, literally, we're going to walk this journey with them from A to Z. And I promise you that today it will be the library board, and tomorrow it will literally be what something people will talk about in the history books of how people came together, not looking for a savior, but as neighbors came together and they did what needed to be done to make the difference that needed to be made. And so if you are a resident of Harvey, I would like to let you know we continue to be what we consider to be a good partner and advocates for Harvey, because I am firmly committed to doing everything possibly within my ability to bring or make sure that Harvey gets back on the map as a thriving, functional, fully provided for city. I don't care what nobody say. Harvey World is coming back. With that being said, I have to take 5 questions. Simple broadcast, letting our members know that it is done. Lawsuit is filed. We got work to do. That is now. You know what? I do want to say this though. Somebody sent a message saying that people. Let me see, how do I frame this? I don't frame it. I just leave it alone. With that being said, last broadcast, or no, I'll do that after these 5 questions. Is there anybody that has any questions? Anybody that has any questions that need to be answered? You ask the right question, you get the right answer. Remember that if you are somebody who wants to be a part of For the Culture, then you want to be and you want to become a part of our family. I seriously recommend that you all will join. But if you're not looking to join, you could be a contributor so that we're successful in the work and the mission that we've set out to do. A winner has been picked for September, and you all will be hearing announcement about that really soon. But we have a tall order. We have a tall order, so we'll be giving away $500 to somebody who was nominated in the month of September. If you are a part of For the Culture, you will learn who that person is at the conclusion of this broadcast in our particular member space. I don't see any questions, so I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it with what I want to say to y'all. Outside of that, do you know what happened with the Harvey Park District case? I do not know. We do have an open line of communication with the commissioners that are expressing discontent, and we will remain partners with them. Somebody says, "Did you guys announce the new CEO? Rumor is that it's cooking with Frank." Okay. I don't remember what I said about that, but I think I told y'all that I was going to give you guys the knowledge of who our new CEO is. Jed, that young lady you're looking for, the judge did mention her name. Okay. I will go back and slowly listen to it again. I think she did. Can I get that hat? Nope, you lost. You lost, Super Mayor. You lost the spin. We got to figure something out. Good questions, y'all. 3 more and we're done with questions. And then I got to get to the latter part of this, and then I'm gonna get off. 7:39. Jed, I sent it to you. Oh, great. Looks like we have that. So we're gonna be traveling where she's at because I personally want to find and be a blessing to this young lady. Did you have to file for Tamika Price? We did not file it for Tamika Price. They picked their own legal representation. We paid the fee, and yeah, we paid the fee. They have their own attorney that they're going to process this with. We will be walking alongside them from the beginning to the conclusion. I have been listening, but I couldn't jump on until now. Is it Fania Dukes? Is what Fania Dukes? I'm sorry, I kind of missed what the question was from the real McCoy. Two more questions, and then I'll be done for the day. Oh, well, I got to do two more things, and then I'll be done for the day. The CEO. Oh, no, 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 no. Fania Dukes is not the CEO. Fania got some things. She got her own stuff to work out. She got a lot that she's processing. I will say this though, it looks like I'm going into a rough season, and maybe not rough. It isn't like unbearably rough, but you guys please brace for a little bit of a rough season. With I think between me, uh, I think between me and the Dolton leadership. I think me and the Dolton leadership might enter into a little bit of a rough season. Um, and I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that we can come out of it cordial and respectful of each other. But I am very, very, very much so committed to um, letting no injustice rest. There are some things that are going to be coming out in the very near future that, yes, I just learned that they canceled the Thornton Township meeting. There's some things coming out in the very near future, and I just got to be completely honest with y'all. As a person, I'm sad. I'm sad. And if I just be very, very frank with it, I am just sad about some things, and it just feels like, I just feel like things just continue, it just stay steady, but it's starting to we kind of hitting a little bit of a turbulent space. I'm very proud of me in the sense that I ain't try to become a staple in Dalton. That was never my goal. I wanted to address the issues, and I just kind of wanted to move on and continue to do what I did or what I do on a national scale. But for me, I have a problem with some of the things that's happening. And I have sat and I've been quiet and I've been tolerant and I've been accepting of quite a bit. And I feel like, unfortunately, we may come to a little bit of a climax in our story that would have been written respectful of each other, as I may have to challenge the administration of Dalton a little bit more as in the realm of advocacy, simply because I didn't fight the way I fought, no matter what nobody feels about it or says about it. Uh, it's really is sad. Nobody wants to what's right with the people money. I just don't want to. Man, I didn't. There would be a level of me, a level in me that would say, um, the government is scary. Government is scary. I remain supportive of Jason House just so that I can get in front of the rumor mill. I have a small discontentment with Mr. House, but I still remain respectful of him. I still am supportive of him, but I have a small concern with Mr. House. And I think that it is a freshman or rookie mayor mistake that's being made. And that's why I give him grace. And I'm just going to remain hopeful that Mr. House will prove or continue to prove to be um, continue to be the man that I believe him to be, which is ethical, which is well rounded, which is for the people. But you can't clean house with a dirty broom. And I think that what Mr. House is doing is I think he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. And I hope that I could see that the fullness of my confidence will remain. So pray for that. I am a very transparent person, and I just kind of sort of wanted to say that to let it be clear. So for me, I don't turn on people, but I'll give a small jab, and then I'll call them and let them know where I'm at, and then it's Armageddon. So we'll see what happens. I think I took 5 questions, so let me go to some other stuff, and then I'm gonna get off of here. I put up a post on my Facebook page about my white auntie. I put up a post about my white auntie. I don't know that that post landed extremely well, but y'all, this is my auntie, and I love her so much. I love my auntie so much. This is my auntie. My family is overwhelmingly black, but we do have other races within the ranks of our family. And so this is my auntie. She is a mother of my cousins, and I love her dearly. But I put when I went to Arizona to go visit um, Turning Point USA, which is the headquarters of Charlie Kirk. I was able to have a moment where I saw my auntie, and we took this picture, and it was great. This particular picture garnered over 1,000 likes and 300 comments on Facebook. Uh, Again, that's why I try to tell people we got about 15,000 viewers or subscribers on YouTube, and it's not going to. Don't play Exotic Kiss. She is a white lady. She getting old. She literally just getting old. Her hair is gone. How you think this is an albino and she got black eyebrows? No, oh no, her eyebrows. Okay, no, she's not. That's a white lady. Okay, that's a real Caucasian woman. Okay. I'm sorry, she just threw me off. So anyway, this comes from my one thing about my page is it has the potential. I have the real easy potential to put up things and it go viral. So I just always laugh when people think that that YouTube is the end all be all for me. And then I got another place where I have a nice following and people just don't know that it's me, but it's my page and I can put out messages in another space. Uh, but anyway, I put this post up and it stirred quite the controversy. Um, it sparked quite the controversy as it relates to white people and black spaces, I guess, and whoopings. And people are real jaded and traumatized, and they do a lot of projecting. I wanted to show this this picture because I am proud of my auntie and I love her dearly. And she has definitely loved us since she's been in our family. If I be honest, I think that she had a harder time with us than we did with her. And let's just say when you got black sisters and you bring a white woman into the family, oh yeah, that is a process. But she a real one. She the MVP. She withstood all that. And at the end of the day, she got just as much rights and privileges as everybody else in the family. And ain't nobody messing with my auntie, as well as she done gave everybody a whooping, like literally. And I made a post. I said the closest thing I got to slavery is having that white woman, whip us when we was being bad, and black people cheering her on like house ends. And people kind of sort of are all in their feelings. And they everything that I say, everything that I do is always under the guise of the auspice of an advocate. It's really, really crazy because I don't have the privilege of having a personal page because no matter what I put on, it's always being judged through the eyes of advocacy. and it absolutely sucks. And I have a lot of people in my family that I just don't post them because, of course, we don't want them to have to deal with any unfortunate or unnecessary drama. And so that's why I was about to say her name and I didn't say her name, which I don't care about it. But anyway, it's unfortunate the things that you have to go through in these public spaces. And mind you, I don't even get a paycheck. So that's why when people be talking shit on my page, I talk shit back. Because fuck you if you said fuck me, but God bless you if you said God bless me. So anyway, my point is that I said that, and it's crazy because we are a sometimes my people could be so butthurt about everything. Now, how many of you all, if you want to be honest, then got whoopings growing up and said, I got beat like a Hebrew slave? And you were talking about at the hands of your own people of your own race and your own family. So when I get up there and say that the closest thing I got to slavery is us whooping us and black people acting like house ends, egging our own, there's no humor in that. The people are still dealing with slavery and the marginalization of our community. How dare you? And da 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 da. And I'm like, what? What the hell is going on? There needs to be boundaries as it relates to when a person is talking about their family versus their plight, unless they're trying to point out an injustice that they experienced in their family. Then what the hell are you literally making this about you and your perception of the world for? You just want white people to vote for you. I suspended my campaign. Sit down and stop. Just people it just be so crazy. It be so crazy. But that's my auntie. I love her. She's a white lady. I don't hate white people. I just understand that they are cultural barriers and our ability to communicate. And I just wish everybody would just go see a therapist at this point because this stuff that's going on in this country is really messing us up. That was one thing that I wanted to share over here. What was the other thing? Y'all, I picked my official photo, and I know you guys seen it already, but deal with it, watch it again, look at it again. If you didn't like it, then I want you to look at it again because I picked my official photo. You guys see all the options, but this is my official photo right here. I think it's given handsome. I think it's given happy. But y'all, 953 people liked this photo. 143 comments on there. This is my new photo, my new official photo. That's my new official photo. So thank you guys for participating and talking to me about that. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me why I'm so dissatisfied. One of the things that have happened is you would think that after having to pay 50 something thousand dollars to Edgar County Watchdog, that the village of Dolton would just fulfill FOIA request. So Dolton has not responded to the latest FOIA request for the culture. Not for the culture, from INA. Dalton's clerk is not responding to INA's FOIA request. Why am I saying that in the public? Because we have had to escalate our requests now through, if I'm not mistaken, either the Attorney General or the state's attorney. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I'm like, what is going on? So I'm saying all of that because I want to stay ahead of this stuff because I want to give my own narrative. I don't need somebody speaking for me or people who are connected to me. So our intent is not to make things difficult nor to be contentious, but we have investigative information and we want to confirm it. I want to say that to say that there are two things that are going to be coming out in the public really soon. And it is just unfortunate. But at the same time, Andrew Holmes needs to go. So that's three things that are going to be, no, there are four things. State's Attorney's Office. Thank you for clarity. So we are now going to the State's Attorney's Office because Dolton is not responding to FOIA requests from us at this time. And I am under the impression that it is because they're not ready for information to come out, I would assume. But I don't. I don't. Um, I don't think that they're ready for information to come out, but I want to be clear here. They deserve all the time that they need, but they got to do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all, this just is a sucky position. So I say it again so that I'm clear. It looks like we are interested in entering into a moment of turbulence, but I remain supportive of the administration, and I'm just hopeful that we will remain good. But y'all, there is a problem in paradise, and for me, it just sucks because it doesn't have to be. Just doesn't have to be. I think that Jason's house's number one issue is going to be. Let me shut up. I'll wait. We'll talk about it later. Because I just got all the confidence in the world. Do you at times hate that you know a lot? Yes, I do. And because I'm a person that is connected to how I feel, I don't lose. I mean, sometimes I lose sleep, but I just find myself sitting somewhere in a lot of there be pain. There's a pain that is associated with knowledge, um, and it be a weight. And sometimes I have to find myself a moment of peace because I be so sad by what I know. And a lot of the times I just don't understand it because in my mind, it just doesn't have to be that way. And then I also feel like people are often critical at my bold approach, my fearless approach, but they don't even equally recognize our sacrificial approach. All of the people in my mind who got something to say about what's going on in Harvey from the computer screen or even sitting in the audience, they some most times you see they wouldn't even offer $1 to go file a lawsuit or to stand. They just want to use it as a talking point to advance their agenda and or their career. And it's crazy because again, when you see people are actually doing the work, it's like, why do we need to be at war? And I be trying to make it clear without trying to be disrespectful. You ain't on my level. You don't have the ability that I have. And clearly, you ain't demonstrating the type of generosity or compassion that me and the people connected me with me are. So why try to be a buffer? Because you don't want the truth to be out. You ain't that. We're not the same. We're not built the same. And I don't take that question as a moment to use this as a soapbox to come after people. But the truth is the truth. And the truth cannot be altered when it is the authentic truth. What I am so sick of and what I remain sick of is people who got big mouth, but they don't got a lot of action to follow it. They won't put their money where their mouth is. They won't put their action where their mouth is. They won't put themselves on the line for where their mouth is. And it is a consistent thing that I notice and see across the board. I know stuff about so many people and so many places, but I can't say half of it because of what it will cost me. And it's crazy because I don't be the only one knowing, but I'll be the only one willing to address it. And that's why I'm proud of For the Culture. It may be building slow and it may be building, and it may be building slow, but it's building quality. And with that being said, we are so fortunate. We are so fortunate that I've basically made a request and an offer, and we are now going to see as we see new people coming in. If, as a matter of fact, if this gets to 200 people, I'll tell y'all who the CEO is. tonight, but I got to have some kind of conditions and boundaries because everything can't always be given. We got to get something too. If we either get 200 is my number, 200 viewers, 200 likes, or $200. Help us build. You want to know? Then help us build. Um, oh, Kevin, thank you for reminding me of that. So I got off of the last time. It was one thing I had to do today. I got off last time. Let's go to a different screen. So last time I got off, but I was supposed to give $10. Remember, somebody gave us $10, and then um, I had to get off. We're gonna try that again right now. Coming out of my personal account, not for the coach. Let's see who our winner is. Who is Harris? Harris, I want to sow $10 into your life right now. You got to put your cash up, and because we ain't got a lot of time, you got to do it right now. I ain't even whipping away. You got less than a minute to put your cash app up, Harris. We want to send you just a $10 contribution. You got it for watching. Where you at? You got. It shouldn't take that long, Harris. Put that cash app up there. We're gonna bless you. Harris, you got less than 30 seconds left. I don't understand this. It's literally spinning from people watching. What y'all wait up? There you go. Oh shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a winner. Lisa Smith. Lisa Smith, 24. Lisa Smith, on behalf of For the Culture and INA, Jedediah Brown. Oh, I can't do it. You can't see it. There it is. It's there. We gave it to you. Lisa Smith, check your thing and put on there that you got it. Not that I care about anything. How are you giving away money? Asking for 200 right back. Hold on. It's called sowing and reaping. It's called personal and then advocacy. It's called you got to be a giver to get. It's called that's what you do. You don't have to. I don't see this. That is. I don't understand people who act like they don't understand what's clear. We need to build a home, but we giving away $500 a month from For the Culture. You do that because guess what? What we can't do, God can do. We do that because that's why we want a home. We do that because when you bless people, God blesses you. We do that because that's literally how you get it done. We're not going to wait till we get it. We're going to do the work on the way there. And that's amazing, right? Giving away money, you're going to make me cry because life has been so difficult. My father passed and I'm fighting tooth and because I'm his beneficiary. Thank y'all. Thank you, y'all. That's why. That's why. Look at the message. $10 gonna make somebody cry? You never know. You never know. I was just about to say it out of my mouth that I don't believe in no coincidence. I couldn't get the winner of this last time. And now out of the blue, here comes another day. We do it and we get a winner and look at the message. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And then look, somebody just gave $50. That's why. That's why. And I'm not saying this to come at you, but you just got a real life example. Do you know what do you know what it feels like to have people trying to destroy your name without a real cause, out of jealousy and envy and out of covetousness? And then you stand up in a situation that they claim that they want to talk about and you be a part of the solution. And they don't even, oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why we don't even worry about what everybody else got to say. Because guess what? Guess what's happened now? I don't even, I don't, I, you just, I don't know what, you just kind of, you just opened up Pandora's box with me right now. But I want you to understand this. People talking smack. Somebody said, oh, they looking like they're losing subscribers and they don't even recognize, but we growing. Subscribers is going down. Our membership is going up. The people that are joining our organization is quality. This is the crazy part. But we just depending on God and everything that we got going on. But this is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. Literally, do you know what it feels like for me to have people call me a fraud and a grifter? And I can now show up to something and say, oh, okay, there was something unlawful we found in the lawsuit. And then we filed the lawsuit. What can they say? What they gonna say now? What can they do? Only a fool would listen to that when you're looking at that. Look, over here, we giving, man, so far it looks like we're giving away $1,010. So far over here, we're giving away $1,010 for the month of September. We just gave away a $10. We just gave $500 for the filing fee, and then we're giving away $500 for I've Got Five on it. Huh? Anybody got something to say? So with that being said, to the person Harris, Lisa Smith, my condolences to you and your family. And if $10 was an encouragement to you, then I want to let you know that I don't have nothing to do with that. I fully believe and persuaded that God has everything to do with that. And then let me tell you this story because this happened to me today. I was sitting at lunch with a friend of mine, and there was this older guy that was going from his table to the garbage can. He had a scruffy beard, and he looked like he might have been homeless. And as I was watching this man go from that table to the garbage can, my eyes began to tear up. And the reason why my eyes began to tear up is because, Lisa, if I may speak to you, I want to tell you that I miss my father. My dad was a cool guy. My dad was a very knowledgeable man. My father was a man who would literally take the shirt off of his back and help anybody. And one of the things that I dreamed of is that I would become so set that I would be able to make sure that my dad want for nothing. And I didn't get to do that. But I am a firm believer that my father is with the Father. And according to his judgment, God can do that for him. And my point in saying that is missing a parent is a pain that is unexplainable. I thought that after losing Travis, that pain could not be compared. It couldn't be reached. But I soon found out that it can. And I miss my father with every fiber of my being. And I have these moments when I just wish that my father would call me or just be there. And I'm going to tell you this, it ain't going to be easy. And there are going to be moments where you're going to feel it. And there are going to be moments where you feel it, and nobody around you will be able to understand it. But if you keep on moving forward and take it one day at a time, then it gets better. It doesn't always get easier. But here is my point in saying this. My point in saying this is, if you feel like you need to cry, cry. Don't hold back. Don't restrict it. And every moment where you miss your dad, I encourage you to talk to the ultimate father, because just like right now, this $10, we did not orchestrate that. I believe God can and that he did. So my point to you would be, God has things planned because he is the father to the fatherless. You understand? Then you lost them too. Oh, that's the exotic kids. He is the father to the fatherless. He will orchestrate things in your life to get you to where you need to be. You got to stay still to trust. You got to stay still to see the salvation of the Lord, and you got to stay focused, and you got to keep going. I miss my dad, but I trust my God. Exactly. $10 lets you know that God is working. Be encouraged. I will add you into my prayers. I saw a comment that was so distasteful and so disgusting. And this is what I want to tell the person behind that screen. That it did not move me, because I am learning to take God at his word. And I prophesy that if God be real, that you will reap what you just tried to sow into this screen. I don't wish no bad on nobody. I don't believe in praying prayers of witchcraft or psychedelic prayers, but I do believe that God is just. And to that person, I don't even know who you are, nor do I care. But I want you to see this from a man. I'm going to trust God that he is going to cause those words to fall at your doorstep, and he's going to make you face them. And you're literally going to feel the brunt of what you attempted to do to me in this broadcast. And today I tell this before 167 people that I trust God in his timing. I trust God in his way. And I trust God because the Bible says that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And today I make it clear to God before you that the offense that you tried to create concerning my parents, I reject the hatred, I reject the offense, and I reject the anger. And because God has been too good to me, I put my sight on the hill from which cometh my help, and I prophesy that God is going to avenge me of your attempt, and he's going to put those words at the feet of your life and your door. That's what God told me to do. And it don't feel comfortable. I don't fully understand it. There are moments that I don't like it, but I know one thing that I know God is trying to do. I don't have to fight when I'm the child of a king. And I'm putting it on display. Whoever that person was, in the name of Jesus, you will deal with my God, because I'm going to allow him to fight that battle. And I put double honor on my mother today. And I thank God for the mother that I have, because she is a prophet of God. And I know for a fact that when she prays, God, see, I didn't intend for none of this, but I just love God for this, because I've been saying, God, what do you mean to declare and to decree and to prophesy? I'm getting it. But my mother has been a woman who have lived her life in sacrifice and in honor. And she is a person that has been proven to have the ability to hear the voice of the Lord. And I put honor on my mother today. And I thank God for her being my mother. And if I had the option, I wouldn't pick another, because it ain't nothing like having a mother that's a praying mother, unless it's a mother that when you pray, God can respond directly to her. It is something that I cannot explain. It is something that I cannot articulate. It's something that I don't even always understand. But today I thank God for my mother, and I prophesy that God's going to avenge me of the words of the person who was deleted that I saw. And I'm okay over here. We continue to build. With that being said, I had already put this music on because I was going into a different vein. I'm finna get off of this live stream. I am the proud commander of a movement. I'm the proud commander of a family. And my days of doing things the way I want to do it are coming to an end, because I'm understanding the weight of what God is putting in my hand more and more every day. And I'm so grateful. And it's not about a name or a title or how it sounds or what it looks like, but I know what's sitting at my fingertips, and I know what's coming down the pike. So why would I engage when God is calling me to come out of the pit and to start walking the halls of the palace? So this is what I'm going to say. I ain't saying that I'm going to be perfect, but this is not for a broadcast. I want everybody on this broadcast to take this example and watch. And this is what I'm a firm believer in too. Y'all might not go to church on tomorrow, so I'm gonna tell it to you. When I said that God's gonna avenge me of those words, I wasn't talking about a person. I'm talking about an intent. And that means that every person that yields to that demonic attempt to try to label my mother or disrespect me or label me or defame me, God's going to deal with the intent. That's what I mean. I prophesied that he's going to deal with the intent. And then I said that I asked God to make the person that was in the intent in that moment to cause those words to meet them at their doorstep. And that's it. And then I'm going to keep on moving, doing what God called me to do. I feel the anointing of God right now. I trust you, Father. I trust you, and I always will. I trust you, and I always will. I trust you, and I always will. I had some more stuff to do, but I'm going to just get off of this live stream because I want to leave it there. I hope that I've said something that added value to your life. My heart has become extremely heavy. Wow. I don't even know. See, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Okay. This broadcast is so powerful for me because God is literally giving me everything that I need to complete the assignment. He's giving me everything that I need. I'm looking at stuff pop up. I'm not even saying a lot of stuff. I'm just looking at what's happening around me. I thank you so much, Kevin, and I thank you so much, Charlie, for your confidence, because that's how I tell you, Kevin. We know you joking, you find you getting your laughs in, how you do it, but you're doing more than just laughing. I pray to God that I meet you one day. You're helping to build in a way that I am so grateful for. So I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to get off of here, because this is why I cut the music on. If you guys look on my posts, it often seems like I'm being combative or I'm responding to negativity. And I began to pray. And the Lord, in my belief, God spoke to to my consciousness. And the Lord spoke to me, and this is what God gave me. What God gave me is what I'm trying to give to you. Lean not to your own understanding, but acknowledge me in all thy ways. Lean not to your own understanding, but acknowledge me in all of thy ways. And the point of that today is to say this, that you may feel a way based on what you see or what you're going through. But it is not just how you feel. It is also what God is doing. And I'm not asking for anybody to do anything right now, but please listen. It's not about how you feel. It's also about what God is doing. And many times when we see things and we feel things, we want to react to it. But what God, I believe, is giving me is that some of these things that we're experiencing, God wants us to talk to Him about it. And the reason why God wants us to talk to Him about it is because when we speak, He wants us to speak not from what we see, but based on what we believe according to what God is already doing. A lot of times when we start seeing bad news or bad trends or bad experiences, it is often that we stop there and we begin to address it. But sometimes the bad is also a moment for God to do something larger. And I thank God because in what's going on in this country, I am further compelled to believe that God wants me to be a part of what breaks the mold. And I am so excited about challenging the division of the country. And God has given me the tools and the resources and the people to build something for the culture. But I cannot do it if every time I see something, I speak to what I see without speaking to God about what He's doing with what I see. So I wanted to leave that little bitty tidbit to somebody. I dare you. Just like what I'm looking at right now, I'm not responding to it. Somebody else with a very disrespectful name, deal with the intent. Make my enemies my footstools. Call my enemies to blush. Make them be at peace with me. God, I thank you for preparing a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And those who would seek to make banter and to disrespect that which I care for, make their name great before those that they know that you are a strong tower, that you are strong, mighty, in battle, that you are the Alpha and the Omega, that you have the last say. And Father, do this that our faith increases so that you can send us into dark places to be a light that would dispel the darkness. Because your ways are not our ways and your thoughts are not our thoughts. And in this broadcast, I prophesy, I declare and decree that you will get the glory out of even this. That the days are coming upon us where we will respond to the accusations and the labels and the limitations of man with thus said the Lord, making the impossible possible and the intangible tangible. My mother will be referenced and respected as a prophet of God because you'll put your stamp of approval on it. I yield my fight as a son to you as our Father. In Jesus' name, take your time, do it your way, and give us a peace that surpasses understanding. The Jedediah that you saw a year ago, who just reacted to a comment on a live stream, it must frustrate you that I'm not giving you that same type of reaction. You know why? Because God has given me more, and to whom much is given, much is required. So keep on going. Prove that I'm not the same man, and help me become who I aim to be. And that's not just for me. That's a message to all of us. Take that as a lesson. If you ain't getting nothing out of my live stream today, we have sent $500 to help the people of Harvey in their right and in the interest of them having the board that they elected. We backed up Tamika Price, and I think that it was a shock. We stood with Keith Price, and I know he's grateful. And we continue to organize and to build, not according to entertainment, but impact. And I'm so excited. And I want to assert this, as I made it clear to our members. We will not build a color movement. We're building a character movement. And whenever we have a moment where we're having a problem with our differences, we will find a way to put them aside. Because how can two walk together lest they be agreed? We will reason so that we will rise above the offense. Because when you are offended, you stop talking. When you stop talking and stop hearing, you stop building. But the devil is a liar. Yeah. Victory is ours. I hope I said something that added value to your life. I pray that you will pray with me, that there will not be a continual tumultuous interaction with us in the administration of Dolton, and that God will give us what we need to seize the land of Harvey and to give it back over to prosperity and to cause it to thrive. When we left Dolton, it was unsure what our impact was, right? Because people tried to take claim to the work that we know we did. But that's okay. It's not about the credit. But when I leave Harvey, it will be undeniable that For the Culture was there. And if you've not joined it, I'm asking you to consider joining our family. Get us to 100 so that we can make the announcement to the world that we're here. I hope I said something that added value to your life. You all have a phenomenal Saturday evening and a marvelous Sunday morning.
Yo, can I get in on this? I want another 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, you thought it was through. This was just one assignment, boo. Judge checking with God, getting next instructions. You need an advocate, reach out, he might be coming. This young black king needs no introduction. When he shows up, haters hate seeing him coming. And no, he's not Malcolm, he's not Martin either. He got his own style. Jedediah, we see ya. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates on the move. And when he comes through, you know they coming too. Hey yo, INA, where you at? What it do? They got receipts, they got them files. They gon' investigate an advocate, holding it down. And when it comes to intel, you know they showing out. You're smiling in Jed's face. Hold up, check that file. Don't run up on them either, they always in the crowd. INA got his back, you don't know when they around. This crew, they not looking for the credit. Advocates on the move. This crew, shifting the atmosphere. Advocates advocates on the move. And then there's Jed's mother, you know she gon' speak. She praying for the people, prophesying what she see. Jed, God got you covered, he's holding you down. He's showing you his favor, his mercy, his power. So always stay humble, give God your best. Remember you're a man, ain't no S on your chest. You know where help comes from when you're up or you're down. That crew runs deep, keep the real ones around. This crew